Hello everyone, it's Gallic from Noctua L Gaming. Welcome to my channel. Hope everything is going well today. The Baltic Sea trade is calling us and our trade league. The ducats are singing a grand song. We will unite our northern Germanic brothers and put pressure on the Danish and the Swedish to the north. To the east, we will pull what we can of the Russian lands and funnel it all back to Lubeck. And in the final chapters, we will unite all of the league into the fold and reform the Hanseatic League into a very powerful and wealthy country to rival the biggest powers in Europe. If you enjoy my content, please do subscribe. Now let's get to the gameplay. And here we are. We're back in the HRE playing as Lubeck. I don't know why I can never get enough of the HRE, even though it's a terrible place to grow in. But it's like my home. So let's go ahead and I already did my estates. Let's go over the ideas. We get trade range plus 15%, trade steering plus 10%, and trade efficiency plus 10 when we get all our ideas complete. We get global trade power plus 10, merchants plus 1, amazing. We get national sailors modifier plus 15, lightship cost minus 20, which goes with an estate privilege you can give out. Stability cost modifier minus 10, cost to justify trade conflict minus 10. You get manpower recovery speed plus 15%. Provincial trade power modifier plus 20%, and then we get minus 0.5 interest per annum. Now, provincial trade power modifier is interesting because it's based on the provinces you own in a node. So it'll give more trade a flat amount, I believe, and then it adds to it. It is tied to mercantilism here, which you see we have 48%. We start with 24 mercantilism, which is great. Mercantilism is a good thing to have. It's just a lot of the time it's not as useful as some things. Like sometimes you need prestige more than you need that. So I usually will go with prestige over that. But being a trade nation, maybe I'll try leaning more into it and trying to get more trade power, especially because we're such a little guy in such a big pond, right? So we do have ideas and they are, we do have good missions and they are good missions. It lets us expand. It lets us grow. It works in the Hanseatic League. We get to do stuff with them, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, I can't wait to dive into some of these, figure this out. One of the first ones, we have to have Austria like us. So I'm already getting Austria to like us a little more. This one's, of course, army size, which we're definitely going to do real quick. So we'll go ahead and build that up. And I think my first war might be a rival war, show of strength. And then that way I can get 300 mana points real quick. And just like Switzerland, which I've talked about, if you wanted to, you can keep starting new games to try to get a better leader if you get a really terrible one. And I only say that because it sucks running around with a 1-0-0 or 2-0-2 or something like that. This is my first one. I rolled a 4-2-4. I'm happy with that. That's slightly above average. I can live with that. We will eventually start making money. We're not making money right now, but that's okay. We will, once the month ticks, we should. Because it's not taking into consideration our trade league at all. Like if we look right here, we actually are in a trade league. These three are a part of our trade, as well as Riga. So we are pulling, I believe we should be pulling from Riga, and we are over in the Baltic. And then, yeah, we might be able to pick up other people to join our trade league. Oh, here's a good one. We can get Anhalt. There we go. And because we do have a trade league, we are short basically a relations, but because we have a trade league, we can have them all in umbrella under it. They're defensive wars only if they're not allied to you. So if I get attacked, the whole trade league will come in if they'll accept it, of course. I can find another alliance. I'm thinking about maybe going with Munster here because they're not too far. They're not too close. They're not too powerful. Because we're so small, we don't really get a much choice. Like if you look right here, if I didn't invite him to the trade league, I'd be able to show you. But yeah, I'll go ahead and seize real quick, and we'll wait the day. There we now it should show up. So when we look, see, we can get Scotland, we can get Teutonic Order, but Teutonic Order is not a good one to have. If you don't know, they get picked on pretty bad. Now, I should have said they get picked on, they fall apart. Danzig usually pops out, then Poland takes them. It'd be interesting to invite Gotland to the trade league. That would be an interesting one. But what I'll do is I will let the month tick over. We'll figure out our rivals and we'll go from there. We'll either take some clay or we will do a rival war. So I'll see you then. So we could go ahead and do Young Men of Lubeck. That gives us some claims over here in this area. Mecklenburg allied Teutonic Order. So that's a no-go. He allied Wolgast. So what I did, we won't get the 300 points, but we will get a humiliate off on Wolgast. Because what I did was I rivaled both Wolgast and Saxe-Lauenburg. So we'll just annex Saxe-Lauenburg and humiliate Wolgast here. And I think that's what we're going to do. He only allied him. It's very tempting to turn him into a vassal, actually. Because I could co-belligerent and do that. Even though humiliate would be really nice too. I might co-belligerent him and then figure it out afterwards. We do want to get our reputation, our opinion of Austria up with us here. And then that way, we'll have that event go off. Now, when I did do a little test run before this, it gives you 25 trust. I was able to ally him after that. Even though I did take Saxe-Lauenburg here, I could vassalize them and then just turn on strong duchies, which is actually a great idea too. That way I don't incur the wrath of Austria and it makes it a little easier to ally him, because having him as an ally will make it easier to grow. So I could do that too. So regardless of here or there, we are going to go to war once we get our claims. There we go. We are going to declare war here. I did pick up Munster as an ally, and Bremen offered an alliance, and I said yeah, because I'm pretty sure I could get him to come in and help us. But yeah, this should be easy war. We are going to outnumber them. I have more boats, so I can fully siege down all of Wolgast here. So we'll go ahead and take Lauenburg and have a little bit of fun with them. We're near the end of this war. To get Imperial Allegiance, we did need to get a statesman or a diplomat. So I cycled once. I fired a guy to get, and got lucky and got I believe, a diplomat. Or a statesman. What one is you? You're a diplomat, okay. So we can go ahead and click this. We actually get a Casus Belli against Dithmarschen. And I believe we actually might be able to ally Austria. Now, something interesting happened. I did have Gotland in my trade league, and he got PU'd by Wolgast. They were allied, and that's probably what happened. That's no big deal. We're going to go ahead and sue for peace here. I don't think I could get rid of it, unfortunately. Well, maybe if I don't take money. No, I can't. So I want to make him free again, because I do want to have him back in the league. So we're just going to take a little less money instead. We're going to humiliate him, and we'll go ahead and end that war. So I think that worked out well. I forgot to co-belligerent him because I'm a silly goose on the loose. So that is how that happens. So I'm going to go ahead and get my guys back now. I do believe I can invite these guys back to the trade league in the next month. And then we'll go from there. Because I do want him to be free. He'll like me, so he won't raid me. So everything is good there. Now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to vassalize them instead of taking it. Because I want Austria to still like me just for the moment. Because as you see here, we can now ally him. And that's perfect. So now we have Austria as an ally. And one of the reasons why we were able to get ally is because of that plus 25 trust. That helps a heck of a lot when you go to ally someone, right? So we got that. He was even over his thing, over his relations, and he still did it because of that trust. So trust is really, really good for that. So now we got Austria on our side. So now we won't get demands for people to be released. So that's definitely what we were after. And now we do have a Casus Belli against our guy here, Dithmarschen. And we will come into contact with Hamburg. Now, he is in the trade league. And that's fine. He could be in the trade league. This will kick him out of it for a moment. But the thing is I kind of want this for myself. So with that being said, we're going to take a hit on AE, and then we're going to calm down because of it, because I think that'll work out really, really well for us. He is allied to Friesland too. So maybe what we'll want to do is get some favors up with Bremen and call him in with us, and then go to war. We're already pretty close, so it won't take too long to curry favors. So we'll do that, and we'll get our vassal to like us a little more. So when the war happens, I'll be sure to call you in. We can bring war to Dithmarschen and make him our subject now. I noticed that Munster was really close to being able to be called in too, so we're going to use our little allies to help us out here. What I should do is, I shouldn't have an issue, but we'll say that we really want these. There we go. And now we'll declare war on Dithmarschen. We will do subjugation, call in our allies. We can't co-belligerent them because that brings in Austria. Now we bring in the trade league against myself. That'd just be silly. Yeah, we don't need to co-belligerent anybody. We'll just take Hamburg, which is going to be expensive, but I think it'll be well worth it. Now, you don't have to do this as Lubeck. You can keep them around. Like I said, you do get trade from them regardless. And at the very end of this tree, you actually make everybody that's in the trade league into a vassal anyways. But I figure since have no AE, it's the beginning of the game, I do want a little bit more bump to my development. And that's a nice developed area. I'm going to take it for myself. So we'll call in these guys since this is a free city and all. We will declare war here and get going. As you can see, we're going to make peace with Hamburg. We're going to get 41 AE for this. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And we're going to annex it. There we go. Woo, it's a big boy. For our tier 2 government form, we're going to go ahead and do republicanism for now. We're going to get that 0.2 so we can keep trying to hold this guy in power and try to get a 666 out of him. The war with Dithmarschen's over. We're going to go ahead and just force him as a vassal here. There we go. Now we'll get our troops back, and we almost have this cord. There we go. It is now cord. Let's go ahead and turn on strong duchies. There we go. Now we should be good. We should have... Oh, it looks like we're still short because of that in a trade league thing, but that's fine. We'll be a little over that, I guess. Nuremberg just got eaten by Verdun and spit out because Austria told them to, so we're just gonna go ahead and take it back from him. You know, he doesn't really need it. The war with Lubeck is over. We're gonna go ahead and fully annex him there. We do have a couple people that are really close. Like we have Verdun here, obviously. But it's not too bad. We just need to let it cool down. We'll be all right. Needless to say, we're going to have a lot of waiting right now. So, it is what it is. I have a very interesting opportunity. I just got claims over here on Danzig. He's not really allied to anybody too big except for like Wolgast and Michelberg. He has Magdeburg down here. It's all these like little guys. Now, I'm thinking about allying Brandenburg for now, just so I can like reduce the AE with him. We'll be slightly over, not too much. We'll be one over. But the thing is we could bring Austria into this war, and he is the HRE leader, so he will build a ton of troops and pretty much handle most of this war with us. Hopefully Poland doesn't declare war on them. Usually they just wait for the Danzig event to happen because they get distracted by other things. But right now that could happen because I could take out a lot of like their allies and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and attack for Danzig. And we're going to bring in everybody in. And hopefully the thing is I have pretty high AE, so I might not be able to take much. If I take Danzig and Konigsberg, I'll be happy. If I could take also Memel, I'll be even more happy because they'll bring more trade into us right there. But really, Konigsberg and Danzig are what I'm currently after. So let's go ahead and declare this war and see what happens. The war with the Teutonic Order is over. We're going to get our 3 pieces of land that I really wanted out of this, which is freaking amazing. So we'll go ahead and yoink that. There we go. Pour those bad boys up. I am just waiting for me to get the Renaissance here, and then we'll embrace it and all that fun stuff. The glorious thing about being a small nation, when you do get the Renaissance, it only costs 23 and it's only 2 of my land. I have not stated these for that reason. If I stated them, it would be more expensive. But yeah, we'll definitely go ahead and take that. Let's see if we can sell it to Austria. No, looks like he's getting it from somewhere else. That's okay. We can go ahead and get our tier 3 government reform because again, being small helps that out as well. And we could go ahead. We could do frequent elections. I'm tempted to just sit on some of this until our leader does die, because we could just go ahead and milk. He's 51, so he could potentially live till 60. He is a 666, which is glorious. So I think we just wait on doing my government reform, and if I get an event that gets like rid of 25 or something like that, I might just take it. But we're gonna go ahead and do frequent elections if it happens, and I'll tell you. So for now, we're just gonna sit on it because I think that'd just be best. And also, we could go ahead and get our next... Oh, we can actually get an idea now. I'm thinking about going quality because that's going to help with both our army as well as our navy, because we get a little morale. We get a little ship durability just to help us out. We get some infantry combat, some discipline, some yearly army tradition, some cavalry combat, which I think we do have some cavalry in there. Yeah, we do. So it's just like, it just give us a little bit of a nudge to help us out. Plutocratic's always nice too. Another merchant. We could start leaning into mercenaries if we want. But I think I'm going to do quality just because I can use my boats as well on top of it. For our first Age of Discovery ability, of course, naturally, HRE, we're going to go with Justified Wars. Now, I'm going to go ahead and also declare war on Verdun here. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to farm a whole bunch of prestige. I want to get up to 50. I know Fossadine hasn't spawned yet, so we're going to try to get it to spawn on Danzig or Konigsberg here. So we're going to take out these 2 guys real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and just farm prestige. Depending on my AE, I might take Stad, but I'm really just kind of after farming prestige. So let's go ahead and wait for our diplomat. There we go. And we'll take out both of these guys right here. As you see, I got up to 50 prestige here. I got Fossadine, and gems are truly outrageous. Now, to get Fossadine, I'm probably going to say this a lot, and that's fine. You have to have Renaissance in the province. It has to have gems or glass, and it has to at least have 15 development. Danzig does have that. If we had it in Konigsberg, it was 15, it would do one or the other. But Danzig is better because it has this natural harbor, and you could develop it cheaper. When you get it up to level 2, it's another minus 5%. But now we're going to go ahead and click gets a diamond district. It increases the local goods there, so it goes from 0.38 to 0.74, and I just love having the diamond district. It's amazing. The war of Verdun's over. He's only 7 AE, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat him. My next war, I'm thinking about being with Denmark here. I can call in Austria. I'll even it out. I am a tech ahead of them. I could easily take out Utrecht, East Frisia. The big boy is Brandenburg. Because what I'm thinking about doing is white piecing Brandenburg, and then, or breaking his alliance with Denmark. But the problem with that is he'd probably ally with Poland. Well, no, actually, he might not now. No, I think he would. He would ally with Poland, and I'd rather him be allied to Denmark for some reason. I don't know, mainly because that's kind of something I'm after, and I could have more control over both of them that way. I'm going to annex Saxe-Lauenburg here, and what we're gonna do is, oh, they got bigger because of that. We're gonna go ahead and make Verdun pop out. So we're not gonna core this. We're going to make Verdun pop out, and then we can get these back for cores, so it'd be cheaper and growing in this area. I have an opportunity here to attack Denmark. Brandenburg won't come in. Livonian Order won't come in, which is perfect for us. We don't have to worry about East Frisia and Utrecht. And that's East Frisia is right here, and Utrecht is somewhere right here. Right here. He's right here. So we have that. We can call in Austria. This is still going to be quite the slog. I have, I think, enough boats for Denmark's fleet. Now, the thing with the AI is, as long as they don't engage with me, they won't all pile in on me. What they'll do is they'll do checks to see if they can actually go one-on-one, and if they can't, they'll just stay in port. I don't know if they changed that since the last time I've really done this, but we're gonna try it. I think we are at least on par, and we're gonna see if we can do it or not. It is a gamble, but we're gonna try taking that gamble. I am building another heavy right here, so eventually I think I might be able to win it. We'll see. But if anything, all I need to do is hold Holstein right here and this siege this area over here, and we should be okay. I'm hoping that Austria can get up here and help me with these other guys real quick. I would love to call in Muscovy, but of course he's in debt. He's probably going to be a very useless ally, but he might just be numbers to keep people from attacking me. So let's go ahead and declare war here and see if we can do this. It looks like my leader finally died. He died at the age of 61. He gave a good life. We're doing a military tech, so we're gonna go ahead and do a 114. And now, ooh, then it looks like we have something cool to get here. That's a tough one. We can do construction. We do need to. I have not been able to really build anything in my country, so we really do need to start working on the economy. I think trade and fishing might be the most useful right now, so we'll probably do that. Even though that yearly army tradition and naval tradition would be really nice. I know we'll do reform the trade, and we'll get hit until his death. He's 50, so that's tough. Usually I like to do like 30-year-olds because, you know, they'll just live a lot longer usually. Since we have a new ruler, we are going to go ahead and turn on frequent elections now, since that's done. And we're almost to our next reform, which is fine because you could have double the amount. That's kind of why I did it, because whether I did it then or now, it wasn't too big of a deal. We will probably go ahead and do lands for the church. We might switch to Protestantism. Is that how you say it? No matter. We'll probably switch to Protestant because, well, it's probably going to convert most of our land anyway, so we might as well join them. We can go ahead and jump out of this war now. We're going to take this land. I don't feel like sieging down all of Norway and all of Sweden. We can get what we want. Austria was off running around killing people. It looks like he got Hungary because Hungary's in this. And yeah, that's nice. He is not the HRE leader anymore. It is now Hess. So That's not very scary at all. So we're gonna get a small coalition that can form. No one's gonna actually take that bait. That's fine. We'll call this good. We took a little bit more out of our Lubeck node here. We're growing at a good clip. Always buffering that edge with who hates us and who doesn't. I would love to, if I had the opportunity right now, I would totally attack Brandenburg. Unfortunately, Poland has warned me. So we look right here until 1480. So in 8 years, I'll probably declare war on Brandenburg. Even if he allies up to Denmark, we could take him. We took down some of their boats. We took on their boats, so it wasn't too big of a deal at all. For a tier 4 government reform, I think I will be changing Protestant. So for now, I would love to have another extra diplomat, and having a little bit more estate loyal equilibrium doesn't hurt either. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, we just unlocked our new idea. We are going to go diplomatic. And one of the reasons why is just so I have more diplomats to, you know, make people like me more. We get that improved relations. We get an extra relation. We get lowered impact from stability, which isn't terrible. Let's see. We do get a reputation out of it with quality ideas, which is nice. And the monthly war exhaustion is always nice as well. That way, it's even at the start of the war, it's still trending down. So if I start a war after war, so long as I'm not doing anything like being, you know, blockaded or losing to attrition or anything like that, that will go down. Even during the war, it will go down until we call it peace, which is really nice. We can also lean into trade. That actually sounds like it would be a good idea. We do get trade efficiency for that. I do have that third diplomat, so I'm kind of leaning to trade so we can get just more global trade power, more merchant power, and just really make Lubeck really just hands down really, really good. We'll get 2 more merchants out of it at the end. Oh man, that would be really nice. We could pull from, we already have 3. I didn't even realize that. We probably get 1 because we're a merchant, obviously. So we'd be able to pull from the Rhineland and Kharkov, or maybe we could go over here. I kind of made Russia an ally. Later on, we might turn against them, but I don't know. I'm kind of just like having fun with just staying like in the Baltic without growing too much here. So, gosh, it's such a toss-up. We're making pretty good money right now. We're at 10. Most of it's obviously coming from trade. So I feel like diplomatic might be the best way to go, just so we can grow a little more. We already have enough trade in this area. We'll get trade maybe after this. We don't really need an admin. If we do, it will probably be like economic or infrastructure. Infrastructure actually be really good for us because we can develop our and like grow a little tall too, which I think would be a lot of fun. Until then, I'm not sure what to do. I'm still letting things cool down. I'm waiting till 80 until I can attack Brandenburg because that warning from Poland. So I'll see you then. It is October 1480. That means the warning from Poland is off. So we're going to go ahead and attack for Verdun's capital here. And we're going to get these cores back and probably just annex them and get rid of our vassals in general. Actually, Mecklenburg is looking rather tasty as well. We might do Mecklenburg. Take them, release them, annex them, and turn them into a vassal. Probably be the best way to go about it. But yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Unfortunately, the Ottomans came up and hit Austria. The nice thing is Austria's not the HRE leader, so he can help me with things. But the bad thing is he's not the HRE leader. So there is that. Let's go ahead and take Verdun over here. We actually lose 2 people that are in our trade league, but we can go ahead and get those guys back. I'm fairly sure, so it's not too big of a deal. The war with Brandenburg's over. We are giving our vassal their lands back, as well as we're gonna take Prigs here because we actually have a claim on it, and it's not gonna be too much. It's So we're just gonna take some money from them, some war reps, call it good. And then we're gonna try to get these guys back into our trade league again. Tier 5 government reform, I'm gonna go ahead and pick sustain discipline. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm not having as many wars as I normally would with people. So I'm drilling my armies. So I'm gonna try to get them to have like actual drill with them, and then that way they get up and they're more effective when they're at max, and they don't have as much drill loss when they're not drilling, of course. Always another good one, artillery costs, barrage, all that fun stuff. As well, since I am the Hanseatic League, it is tempting to do morale of armies. Morale of navies here. But I don't think I need it right now. I might switch to it later, but for now we're gonna do land attrition and army drill gain, as well as regimental drill loss. It's time to go ahead and declare war on Denmark. I've kind of been just sitting, stabilizing some more stuff and whatnot. It's fine. We're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna break Pomerania's alliance with Poland down here, but we'll let them keep Denmark because I think that Poland and Denmark, maybe not. If they are rival, they'll make it harder for them to ally, but regardless, we will go into Pomerania after our truce time is up because we're going to get Wismar after Mecklenburg and get like some reconquest and make this a lot cheaper. But for now, we're going to call in Austria as well as Muscovy for this, and let's go ahead and do this. The war with Denmark's over. We're going to take these islands from them and Lund here. Call it good. There we go. It's time to bring Mecklenburg into our fold. We're going to fully annex them, and then we're going to release them in the next month. And that way we could get his cores back from Pomerania, which I think he still has those cores. He does. There's 2 right there. We might take like more from him after that, depending on where AE is. So we're going to go ahead and declare war for this. We could easily do this on our own, so it's no big deal. The war with Mecklenburg is over. We're going to go ahead and annex him. We're going to wait for the monthly tick, so the game kind of forget he exists. So when he pops out, we won't have any negative opinions about us. The only negative I think they would get, if they did have any, is if you recently annex somebody in the HRE. Then the game kind of has that like baked in, so it sees it still. I completely forgot about this over here, and they sieged it down, unfortunately. It's time to bring war to Pomerania. We do have nobody helping him. Denmark is bankrupt. I don't know why that is. I couldn't tell you. So yeah, we're going to reconquest our cores. Maybe take a little more. I don't know. We're kind of teetering on that edge with some of them. We'll see. We are moving along in our ideas. We did finish quality. We're working on diplomatic here. I would love to at least get the next one and then tech up a couple times. Get back ahead of it. We did have a young leader here. He was 35 when he took over. So hopefully we get another like 15 years out of him. He should reach 666, but you know, you never know. We'll see. So on that note, let's go ahead and do it for restock here. Restock, and we don't need to call anybody in. This is definitely a one-sided war as is. The war of Pomerania is over. We're gonna go ahead and just take this land from them. We'll take there's a trade right here, so we want that. We'll return Restock and the other land to Mecklenburg here, and we'll call that good. There we go. Pour those guys out. And as we see here, we are dominating the Lubeck node. For our tier 6 government reform, we're going to go ahead and pick up presidential system, and I basically want it for the embracement cost. The diplomatic idea, so we have both of them done here, so we're going to go ahead and pick up this monthly war exhaustion 0.05 and the diplomatic reputation. Unfortunately, I broke my alliance with Muscovy because I did not want to go to war with poor Riga again. So But the thing is I'm not sure if they're gonna live with all this mess. He could just take it over, which could be a problem. Well, not a problem, but okay, small problem. We'll see if we can figure out how to deal with that. For our next idea, I'm gonna go ahead and do infrastructure. I don't think I've ever really done infrastructure, and since I'm playing Lubeck, I am developing every now and then because we're not really expanding, so I am getting a bunch of admin. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up this because, again, it's something I haven't really done, so I might as well actually do it for a change, right? And on that note, we're also gonna declare war on Bremen over here. They expanded and left the trade league, so it's time to make them heal into our, bring them to heal and bring them into our fold here. Bremen decided he didn't want to be OPM anymore and grew. So it's time to take Bremen from him since he's not in the trade league anymore. We do have a, we do have a permanent claim on him. So we're going to go ahead and use that. We'll probably take Oldenburg and we'll leave him with that last land over there. If he wants to join the league after that, we'll see. Our war with Bremen is over. We're going to go ahead and just take Bremen and Oldenburg from him. We'll take a little hit from, you know, that thing where they're like, oh, we want our land back. Stupid emperor wanting their land back. How dare they? All right, it's time to switch over to Protestant. Of course, I completely missed that it happened over here and there's already 3. That's no big deal. I always just, it does pop up saying Protestant reform has like spawned, but it's just a box and those center boxes I just ignore. We are going to switch over to Protestantism here. And then I do have enough money to become the defender of the faith, so we could at least have 2 working for us here. And our guy is still kicking. He's 65, chugging along, doing good. It's ending the age of discovery here. I'm gonna go ahead and pop my golden era just to give us that little bit of edge for the next 50 years. Get our tier 7 reform here. We're gonna get this governing capacity because we're at 400. It will drop 10% cheaper in just a little while, but we may switch over to this global trade, but I think we'll be okay. So we'll just do that because we are bumping up against it. I'm gonna go ahead and try to take over Pomerania now, at least the coastline. If I call in Austria and Gotland here, Poland won't come into this war because Gotland's already allied to him, so I'm not sure exactly what's gonna happen. If anything, once this war is over, Gotland should break his alliance with Poland and Poland should attack us. So if anything, I might be able to break their alliance that way. So we're gonna go ahead and try, we're gonna do subjugation to see how much it gives us, and if it gives us too much, we can still conquest. It's no big deal. So let's go ahead and do this. This war is over. We're gonna go ahead and subjugate them because we're only gonna get like 54 AE just turning them into a vassal, which is very fine by me. So they're gonna become a vassal. We're going to end a rivalry, and that way we just have 100%, so we have that much more wiggle room. There we go. It's time to declare war on Poland. We are going to take pretty much this area from them. We're going to take the Prussian area from them. We'll go ahead and do it for T'Challa there. We're going to call in both of the boys here. We're going to also take Gotland from Gotland because he left the trade league. We're also going to take Riga because, well, I deserve Riga, not him. So here we go. Let's go ahead and do this. Poland's war has come to an end. We're gonna take everything we pretty much have claims on. Didn't realize how much Gotland was gonna be. It was gonna be like 50 just to take it. I don't know if he like developed it or what. So we're just gonna take this, call it good here. Yeah, Gotland was not very happy with me, so we might have to come in a little later and just attack them, and that'll be fine. For our first Age of Reformation, we're going to go ahead and pick up ship power propagation here. We finished all our ideas now that we have finished infrastructure, that is. So we can go ahead and add another diplomatic reputation, as well as yearly army professionalism 0.02%. And we get army drill gain modifier plus 33%. Now, I wonder if that always will add because of that, or what? Probably. I'm not sure what will show up though is the problem. Ah, here it is. Handpicked recruits. It says 0.02. So yeah, we always get 0.02 every month. That's kind of cool. For our tier 8 government reform, we're going to go ahead and take a mercantilistic approach because I need to keep promoting mercantilitism for my missions. So I figured minus 10 will help us with our all powers for the golden era. There we go. Had to think about that one for a moment. Yeah, we'll go from there. I need to get this up to 60. So yeah, we got a ways to go. So I finally am able to do Queen of the Hansa, and I believe that will make everybody in the trade league into a vassal. I don't know if we can get anybody else in the trade league. We're probably pretty far away. Yeah, we are. So that should make that should turn us into the Hansa League, I do believe. So now I do believe I have a whole bunch of vassals. See, a whole bunch of vassals, except Pomerania is being a little butthead, but we can fix that. We can probably fix that by just annexing them. There we go. We can just annex them. It's fine. We can also, since we have vassals again, we can go ahead and give strong duchies out as well, and that'll fix it too. As you see, we do get a whole bunch of relations because of it as well, which is amazing. And I do believe we can embrace the future. The crowning of a new queen. We can embrace the future or let us stick to our roots. Well, if we embrace the future, we definitely want to do that. And now, oh look, everybody left the trade league. I don't know why. But yes, we have become the Hanseatic League. Here we are, Hanseatic League. Now our new ideas are we get trade efficiency plus 20, merchants plus 1, trade steering plus 20%. Then we get global trade power plus 15, ship cost minus 5, ship trade power plus 25. We get discipline, heavy ship combat ability plus 10, and then we get development cost minus 5, goods produced modifier plus 10, idea cost minus 10, and provincial trade power modifier plus 20. That discipline is amazing. That was a good change. Instead of, I think it was sailors. I think that was a great change to it. Heavy combat ability in ships is awesome. I have 25 of them because you needed it for a mission. So I'm probably unstoppable on the water. I could probably give England a good run for their money. But yeah, I think this is great. Playing as Lubeck is nice. One thing I would have changed, should have done trade instead of diplomatic, or trade instead of infrastructure. Now, I don't think infrastructure was a bad pick. I just think having trade would have been a little better. We're making buckets of money. We're a republic. That's just how it works. We're making, what is this? 140 right here. We're making 60 ducats. I'm running level 5 here. I can run probably level 5s all the way across the board, no problem. I've had this guy for a good while. He's 68. He's probably going to die on me soon. Yeah, we're doing good. I have spent so much getting my mercantilism up that I'm just slightly behind on my trade. No big deal. But yeah, if you haven't done the Hanseatic League, I say give it a good go. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy the HRE gameplay, so if you do enjoy the HRE gameplay, these guys are really fun. It is great. You get to start as pretty much an OPM and grow from there. It's something I love. You don't necessarily need to blob out nearly as much as I feel like Brandenburg does. It's just kind of like their thing. But for these guys, you could stay tall if you want. I was kind of staying like that. I wasn't rocking the boat too much. Somehow I have 56 Army tradition. I'm not sure how it's so high. I mean, I have been to war quite a bit. I have 51 Army professionalism. I was drilling my guys. My guys are scary. These guys are full Army drill, less shock damage, less fire damage, more fire, more shock damage. I even had a little stack starting to build up over here. I was gonna start giving them cannons so I can have like another sieger if I wanted to. Oh, it was going great. I was enjoying this. It flew by. It's a lot of fun. But on that note, I would just like to say, wherever you are, I hope you're having a great morning, a great evening, or a great night. Bye.